Well. Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Shit. Howdy, everybody. I see you in the comment section. Thank you very much. I see Christian, the Canadian Connection, making it very clear that he's a cherry popper today. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Everybody in the comment section, what up? I remember growing up, people would ask my dad, hey, what's up? He said, cost of living. Yeah. Truer words have never been spoken, Dad, especially now. But hello, everybody. Taking a little slice out of your day to be here with me and hear what kind of crazy shit I have to say. Thank you for that. And again, thank you in advance for the super chats. I see we already kicked that shit off. Don't forget about JerichoGreen.net, mygreengear.com. Oh, yes, check that out. You'll see plenty of lovely designs there. Venmo is green for green. Cash App is $ Jericho Green, the number one. Super chats, you know how that works. First come, first serve. And since we're talking about it, let's be about it. Christian Yehoser, thank you very much. He says, I'm the third. Wait a minute. I'm the third super so far. Wait, how? See, this shit is weird. All right. But anyway, I'm the third super so far. Shout out to my lovely wife, Mel. Hello. Hello, Mel. Listening at work, Faye Knox and everyone awake to hear your message. Cheers, buddy. What's up, Mel? I'm sorry you're at work. I hope it's quick and painless. I hope you get to go home very soon to that strapping young buck named Christian. Thank you very much for that, brah. Thanks, brah. How are you the third one so far? I went all the way to the top, all the way. Look, I'm going all the way. Nothing. You're the first one that I see. I'm scrolling. Get my scroll on. Get my scroll on, fool. Yeah, Christian, you're the first one that I see. So that's what I'm going with. Yes, DJ John T. It is warm here. We're looking at 101 degrees today with a current temperature of 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius because I grew up in America. Right now, 90 degrees. We're not playing. But we do have a handful of days coming up. I think about a week in a row of just under 100 degrees, upper 90s. So that gives you an idea of what I'm dealing with here when upper 90s is a welcome break, a welcome reprieve. B-Dub, thank you. Can't say I ever for sure popped a cherry, but at least I got in there. That's all right, man. Life, you still got life to live. There might be a cherry out there for you to. Don't give up yet, B-Dub. There's probably a girl in this comment section right now. Ooh, I want to get my cherry popped by a dude named B-Dub. Could happen. Stranger things have. Oh, and right before I came out here, my wife says, make sure you tell your viewers how happy you are that your wife's back home. So, viewers, I'm happy that my wife is home. Just kidding. I am happy she's home. Love that woman. Sorry, it's the dust. Black Lake, thank you very much, miss. Heidi was first, bro. What? She super chatted for her grandkids. Here's 5 for them and for you and for you. Let's go. Ready to get your laugh on? Look, Black Lake. I went all the way to the top of the comments. I did not see it. Heidi, if I missed it, don't send another one just so I see it. I'll find yours, Heidi. See, there's Black Lake. There's B-Dub. Like you guys can see what I'm scrolling. All right, we're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to crack this case. It's Christians. Going. Nothing. I'm all the way at the top. I didn't see anything. Heidi, shout out to you and your grandkids. Maybe she super chatted it too early for me to see. That's the only thing I could think of because I scrolled. I'm going all the way through every single comment and I do not see anything from Heidi. So I'm sorry about that. About to hang my damn phone up. You know what I'm doing at 1 o'clock, people? Yeah, I'm sorry, Heidi. I do not see it. I apologize on behalf of YouTube who lost it. So yeah, you guys you guys saw the thumbnail. That's one of my favorite thumbnails I've ever done. I like both of the Sesame Street thumbnails that I've had to use because we're talking about this particular story. That shit was funny. And I've seen that meme before. It's like one of those things where it has the picture and then it has a word underneath it, like love or luck or something like that. And then it gives a definition of it underneath. But I saw that shit and I was like, oh, it's perfect. It's perfect because that is what they say Sesame Street is doing to black kids. They're just saying, fuck you. Hey, move. Okay? Black kids on this side, ignored. White kids right here, high fives, hugs, anything you need because you're white. But yeah, that's the perfect thumbnail for what I'm going to talk about. That's Sesame Street saying, black kids, here you go, fuck off. So we're going to talk about the fact that Sesame Place, where this where this racist event took place, where these poor black kids were ignored. No, you got ignored? Oh, shit. Tell me these kids didn't get ignored at such a young age. You guys never hung around a mom for 10 minutes? Mom. Your mom's never ignored you before? Was that the first time those poor little kids have ever been ignored in their life? Even if they were ignored, you can't even prove it? Well, Sesame Place, they are being hit with a $25 million lawsuit. What? For allegedly, supposedly ignoring black kids simply because they're black. They're getting hit with a $25 million class action lawsuit. Did anybody get mesothelioma from this? Was anybody injured? Was there asbestos involved? We're going to talk about that horrible bullshit and the fact that faux racism, fake racism, Juicy Smollett type racism is the new Powerball. And the 3 human-shaped pieces of shit who beat Ethan Liming to death in Akron, Ohio, their charges have been dropped. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Wrong language. Their charges have been reduced. Forgive me. The charges have not been dropped. They've been reduced. So we're going to talk about their new reduced charges, even though they beat somebody to death because they got squirted with the water gun. Awesome. And then I'm going to talk about this commercial that I saw that makes my blood boil. They've been around for a long time, but this one just, in the bullshit that we find ourselves mired in now, this commercial just hit a little bit different. We're going to talk about that shit too. And of course, good gun. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a situation where somebody did something good with their gun. But first, Hoser, thank you. Said, welcome home, Mrs. Jericho. I like you because you laugh at my jokes. When's Mother's Day? 9 months after Father's Day? Yeah, that's right. Get that gift for her lined up. She does think they're funny. He sends me jokes via email sometimes, and I show my wife. She cracks up. She chuckles. There you go, Heidi. I see you. You didn't have to do this, but thank you very much. She says, can you give a shout out in your New York accent to my 5-year-old grandson, Brady, who had surgery this morning, and my daughter, Carly? What? Of course I can do that. Jericho loves the kids. You know why? Because kids are pure. They're not shitty adults. Hey, yo. Oh, hey there, Brady. I hope you're doing all right there, kid. You got a good grandma in your family there. Respect her. Take care of her. Shout out to you, Carly. Don't worry, little Brady's going to be fine there. Okay. And I hope he is. I hope it's a minor surgery. Everything's fine. Sometimes these things happen. Every surgery is not serious. So I hope that is the case. And I hope he's up and running at 175 miles an hour, as most 5-year-old boys do. My son does not think, he just does. He does not look before he leaps. He just leaps. Sometimes literally. So I hope everything's all right with your family, or Heidi Booth. Thank you very much. So let's get in that ass like a bike with no seat. Today, good gun. Says homeowner guns down intruder who said she was pregnant. Aww. Shouldn't you be home with your feet up eating weird pregnancy craving stuff and not breaking into a man's fucking house? Says a Long Beach homeowner has no regrets after shooting and killing a woman who said she was pregnant after he got into a confrontation with her and another man who were ransacking his sprawling home. Tom Greer, an 80-year-old retiree, arrived to his upscale Bixby Knolls neighborhood. Why would you say this man has a sprawling home and then tell where he lives? I do not understand why they do that. He found a couple in the middle of a late night break-in. Uh-oh. They figured Tom was out. Let's get his shit. He said, when I went in there, they tackled me, Greer told NBC4. Both of them jumped on top of me. The intruders, a man and a woman, may have underestimated Greer. He said as they ransacked his safe and yanked the door open in front of him. The intruders threw Greer to the ground, but they didn't know he had gotten his .22 caliber Smith & Wesson revolver. Uh-oh. Somebody thought Tom was an easy mark. He said, I come back and they see me with the gun and they run. The man escaped, but the woman fell after being struck by Greer's gunfire in an alley behind the house. So wait a minute. You're playing cat burglar with your baby mama and you left her? What a piece of shit. She says, don't shoot me. I'm pregnant. I'm going to have a baby. And I shot her anyway, Greer said. When asked what he saw happen to the woman after he fired the shots, Greer responded, she was dead. I shot her twice. She best be dead. The man ran off and left her. Tom is a cold motherfucker. I've never in my life shot anybody or killed anybody, Greer said. Greer was being treated at the hospital Wednesday for a severe shoulder and collarbone injury, but he hoped to send a warning to the man who got away. I shot her, so that's going to leave a message on his mind for the rest of his life. Fuck, Tom. Long Beach police said they were investigating the incident. It was not immediately clear whether any charges would be filed against Greer for the shooting. Investigators have to look at both sides of the coin, said legal analyst Royal Oaks. That's a park where I grew up at, near where I grew up at, Royal Oaks Park. On the one hand, a frail man in his 80s is being attacked in his own home by intruders as he has a right to defend himself. On the other hand, he did shoot a person who was trying to get away, so he wasn't in imminent danger himself, and the law says you can't shoot somebody under those circumstances. Well, that's a sticky situation. Because was he in imminent danger if they were turning in the other direction and running? Technically, no, he was not, because they were running in fear in the other direction. But in the heat of the moment, are you going to stop and say, okay, they're heading in the other direction? Did Tom maybe have some fears that they might return to his sprawling home and just do their thing, or do her prenatal robbery? If she was even telling the truth. I didn't see anywhere in the article where it said she was pregnant. So maybe she was lying. Maybe that was her ploy for sympathy. But where was your sympathy when you were jumping on top of that 80-year-old man in his home and throwing him to the ground and injuring him? I don't know. Do I have any sympathy for him? No. Sharon L. Grady, yeah, he's probably going to jail. Probably, especially in California. That's fucked up, though. Because all Tom wanted to do was come home to his sprawling home and chill. That's what he wanted to do. He didn't want two people to be inside his house robbing him blind. He didn't want to be accosted. Tom didn't want that either. So what about his wants? What about what he wanted? He wanted to come home in peace. Ken H. Sr., it didn't say where she was shot. Was she shot in the back? Was she shot? Was she turning when she was shot? I don't know. Didn't say. But that's fucked up. Because now, Hadouk, I see you, Hadouk. Because now that man is in a terrible situation when he didn't want to be. He was coming home. What's more innocent than pulling up to your house? He didn't want any problems. He just said, the man's 80 years old. He just said he never shot or killed anybody in his whole life. That's a long life. So I don't know if that should be a thing. If you come in to somebody's house and violate the privacy of their home, to violate the sanctity of their domicile, you get what you get. Fuck you mean they were leaving, they weren't a threat? Yeah, you were. You were inside my house. I perceive that as a threat. So if you come in my house and as long as you stay 10 feet away from me, you're not a threat? I'm supposed to just walk around you in this weird circle while you rob me? Because he was across the room. His back was turned. He wasn't a threat. Fuck that. If you're inside my home, you are a threat. You're a grade A threat. When I was at the front sight school last November, on the last day, they set up these two rooms, like this house scenario. And before you go in there, your instructor gives you a scenario. You go in there and handle it however you see fit. There's like two rooms, one or two rooms. Hold on a second. There's a room, and you go in, and there's a few targets. A couple of them are like a lady, and one's like a little girl with balloons, and then some bad guys in there, and one guy's holding a cell phone. So he gives you a scenario before you go in. He tells me, all right, you just pulled up in your driveway, and 6 people are going inside of your home. Go. So you go inside, and you clear the doorway. You step and trail. You're putting all the things you've learned into play, how to clear a room, how to go around a corner, and all that shit. So when you get in there where all the people are, you have to decide who needs to be shot and who doesn't. So I shot all the bad guys. I didn't shoot any of the good guys. And so I shot the guy who was holding a cell phone. Now my instructor says he's holding a phone. Why did you shoot him? I said he's holding that phone inside of my house. If you're in my house and I don't recognize you, you're going to get shot. I don't care what you have in your hand. People have done horrible things with their bare hands. You don't have to have a gun or a knife. If you are in my home without my permission, I don't recognize you, you are getting shot. Your lead content is going to go through the roof, people. Through the roof. Remember those games at the fair where you hit it with the sledgehammer and it goes all the way to the top and it goes ding and hits the bell? That's what their lead content's going to do. Bing, through the roof. Jimmy Dean, thank you for the twomp. He said, coming to you from Grand Haven, Michigan, an unassuming Republican town on Lake Michigan that is being poisoned by the left. You cannot escape their BS. All their crap is coming to a town near you. That's right. You don't got to tell me, Jimmy Dean. I'm on the left coast. This is where the crap was made. This is the crap origin point. Yes, it is. And you got what's her name? Rashida Tlaib, KRS-One's stunt double there in Detroit. I don't know if you fall under her reign, but she's a grade A jackass too. But I don't know. I feel for poor Tom Greer because he didn't want to deal with that. Those people brought that problem to him. So you can't complain about the way somebody handles a situation that was forced upon them. That's like if somebody punches you in the arm and you turn around and punch them in their jaw. Why'd you hit me in my jaw? I just hit you in your arm. Well, you can't tell me how to react to something that you forced on me. I didn't ask you to hit me, so don't tell me how to respond to it. If you don't want to get shot in your back on the way out of somebody's house, then stay the fuck out of somebody's house. If I was a judge, Tom would be home in his sprawling estate. Christian, yo hoser. Uh-oh, Christian's bragging. I believe that's what you call throwing down the gauntlet. There, biggest super chat today. Boom! That's coming from Canada. You Americans going to be out American by a Canadian? Well, the challenge has been laid down. Shots have been fired. He just fired a shot across your bow. Comment section. Who's going to top that super chat? I don't know. But right now, Christian, my Canadian connection, yo, hoser, what are you talking about? He's at the top of the heat. Lord German husbando. Dude, my house is my sanctuary. Nobody who isn't myself or my parents is allowed without permission. Duh. Doy. Yeah. Hello. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Just cower in the corner and hope they don't do anything fucked up to you? Nah, I'm cool with that. I'll do it my way. Thank you. No, I know, but I'll do it my way. Lead content. North. And something else I want to talk about was Nancy Pelosi's / the Democrats' assault weapons ban, because that worked in 1994. It's been blocked. It's been paused as of now, and they're talking about voting on it in August. I guess when they reconvene off of one of these bullshit vacations they vote in, but they're going to vote on it then. But she had to put a pause on it because there are some Democrats. There are even some Democrats who said no. I believe one of the names is Jordan. He was coming out saying this is a victory for the citizens. There needs to be what is an assault weapons ban? We can't let them decide what it is. Oh, you forgot who you're dealing with? Let me remind you, okay? This is the same Democratic Party where, what's her name? Ruth McBath, is that her name? Representative McBath from Georgia. She's the one who said that when the rounds from an AR-15 hit the victim's head explodes. Said their limbs disappear into dust. She said that when you get shot with an AR-15, your limbs will disappear into dust. They will turn into dust. Lung blower. Biden is perverted said that a 9mm round will blow the lung out of the body. Sheila Jackson Lee, an AR-15 weighs as much as 10 boxes, full or otherwise. We didn't get any more information. An AR-15 shoot 50 caliber ammunition. These are the people who are going to be voting on whether or not we can have certain guns, and they don't know shit about them. They're proud to be stupid as hell. They've made no attempts to correct that. They are basking in their ignorance, and they are going to tell us what kind of weapons we can and can't have, and what kind of stipulations are going to come with the weapons we are allowed to have. So even some of those jackasses said, nah, this is overstepping. We don't need to do this bullshit again. We have the data from the first time that we had an assault weapons ban for 10 years, and guess what happened to the crime rates? They tell you they went down. Gun violence went down. Bullshit. The 90s? Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad that got a quick little pause put on. I hope that turns into a permanent stop because that shit is just stupid. And why are they doing that? Don't you guys know that the midterms are coming up? This is the time where you should be tossing our salads as potential voters. You should be doing whatever we want. You should be down there like some fucking weak-ass beta white liberals in North Carolina 2 years ago who were washing black people's feet. Get your ass away from me. Get down there. You scrub our feet. You are at our beck and call. Why are they not acting like that right before the midterms? Because they ain't scared. They don't think anything's going to happen. They don't believe shit stinks. They don't believe fat meat is greasy. That's why they're talking this crazy ass shit right before the midterms, because they're not worried. We're a bunch of myopic dummies who just Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. That's what they think. Are they right? In some cases, hell yeah, they are. But they're going to vote on what kind of weapons we can have, and they don't know shit about firearms. And those of you who do know things about firearms, you know how stupid that stuff is that I just told you about. AR-15 shoot 50 caliber ammunition. Where? Where are you going to put it? How are you going to get it in there? Just get it in there. It don't have to fire. Just get the bullet in there, and I will be thoroughly impressed. I will be flabbergasted. These fucking people, man. It weighs as much as 10 boxes. Expound on that, Sheila Jackson Lee. What kind of boxes? Are these shoe boxes? What's in these boxes? Fucking people. Oh, man. Harold Bolin. What's Streamline? I have to look that up. There's so many things. There's so many different platforms and stuff. It's hard to keep up. Streamline. Okay. We'll see what you're talking about, Harold. Crystal Williams, good to see you again. That means your birthday when it's planned. Nice and safe. Good to see you back. You're now a year older. Now you're 22. All right. Thank you for the 50. She said challenge accepted. Great good gun segment. Thank you very much, Miss Crystal Williams. Sorry, Hoser. You've been dethroned, eh? By an American, eh? By a Yankee, eh? Albatross free. Oh, I wish we were. I normally just listen, but obviously a true patriot has to step it up a notch. Florida. Thank you very much, Albatross free. I wish there were some members of our community who are albatross free. Florida. See? Damn it, Florida. You flaunting your freedom again. Right in our face. Right in our damn faces, Florida. They get to carry guns and shit. Their governor keeps perverts away from their kids and shit. You guys got it good. My governor is a pervert. Mary Ann S. Thank you for the 30. I will see you 25 and raise you 30, Mr. Canada. Uh-oh. People get vicious. Jimmy Dean, I live in a town near you. Don't fret. We must vote in August and November and pray. Love you, JG. Thank you, Marianne S. That's right. We still have the ultimate power. We still have the kill switch for these fools. We can still get them out of here. But the thing is, we have to. We have to combat the dummies. You know, their dummies are out there in droves. We see them all the time in the comment sections. We see them at these stupid rallies and shit. The dummies are out there. But what are we going to do about it? Are we going to combat these dummies? Are we going to sit back and let them fuck things up even more? Remember that scene? There's this movie called Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. I know it's a crazy title, but it's a spoof on hood movies like Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, South Central. And there's a scene in there where this dude's dad is cutting his hair, the main character. And he says, man, he says, that'll be $13. And he says, man, the dude down the street only charges 10. He said, take your ass down there and let him fuck your head up. So we're going to let them stay around in their positions of power and fuck this country up even more? I hope not. I'll be doing my damn part. Wouldn't that be? Just think of how awesome that would be. Just think of how awesome that would be to see all of those faces change. All those people in those positions the next day after election day or whenever their term is finished, to see different faces there. Because seeing those different faces is going to send a message to the rest of those bastards. The shit can happen to you too. There is hope. The district attorney of San Francisco was recalled. That is like Hunter Biden swearing off crack and meaning it. That's big. That shit can happen on a national scale. We have the power to do it. Are we going to do it? That is the question. And in California, don't worry, they'll send your ass a ballot whether you ask for one or not. That is what we call corruption. Stephen Durham, thank you very much for the 30, Comito. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much to you all. But man, oh man, how fucking awesome would that be? They're just gone. And then what are they going to do? What are they going to do the day after their term is done? Are they going to forget and get dressed for work and make it to the front door and go, Oh, yeah, I don't have that job anymore. How beautiful would that be? That they would have nowhere to go come Monday morning. They look outside, there's no driver for you. Hamilton, where did you go? Hamilton works for somebody else. He works for your replacement now. How awesome would it be to put that thought in their mind? Oh, yeah, I don't work there anymore. I fucked that up. Americans are serious. They do still pay attention. They do care about this country. We thought they were asleep at the wheel. But shit, my unemployment says otherwise. That, man, that would be great. Tell them you can't come here and screw this up anymore. And a warning to the new ones, we will kick your bitch ass out too. Don't be like the last dummy. But you know what would also solve a lot of this? Two simple words: term limits. Term limits, because then your ass has we've turned over the hourglass on you. The sand is pouring into the other side. You only have a limited amount of time. Make it count. Heidi Booth, again, thank you. A very specific amount you get. 713, 270, I'll take it. This makes me even with Christian. Oh, okay. Have we started a war between America and Canada? We know who'd win that war. I mean, hey, shout out to my friends in the North, but could you imagine if Justin Trudeau was like, we've had enough of you, America. We want to take our independence from you. Screw you. Get him. And that's exactly how he would sound. Exactly. IWD, thank you. MIA resident here. Miami. My city is finally turning red, and no amount of carpet-bagging communists imported from New York or Cali is stopping it. I hope you're right, because they're looking at you. Eric Adams is like, oh, come up here to New York. We love you. You like stepping in dog shit? You like being pushed in front of trains? Come on up to New York City, eh? No, thank you. No thanks, New York. I like living. I like the lack of homeless feces on the bottom of my shoes, sir. Laura Fabbins. Hope I said that correctly. Thank you for the twomp. Rob Schneider said, if Brandon were a dog, you put him down. I died laughing. He would. If your dog was acting like that, if your dog, you brought him in the house, he's falling up the steps. He's coming in the kitchen, saying all this incoherent gibberish. He's always sniffing the kids, all weird and shit. You be sitting there with your cup of coffee one morning. Babe. I think we got to put this dog down. Look at him. Look at him. What's he saying? Who's he talking to? If your dog came in the room and just went to the wall, you'd be like, that poor thing, we can't let him suffer like that. That would be animal abuse. You would look at that person and be like, why are you letting your dog suffer like that? Keep sniffing all the kids. He don't sniff nobody else, but he be sniffing the hell out of those kids. What's wrong with him? I don't know. I brought him in the house. He fell up the damn steps 3 times. Nah, we got to go. We got to put Fido down. Kids, say your final last words. But Daddy, we can't have that damn dog around here embarrassing us, humping people's legs and sniffing their kids like that. He can't even walk. Something's wrong with him. Got a damn brain tumor. And let's say you had a dog. Let's say you had a dog and your dog had 3 aneurysms and an embolism. You wouldn't put him down? You're a dick. Christian, he says, 1812 revisited. We're going retro. If they say retro is in, it gets no more retro than that. Oh, man, I think we started something, guys. Hold on. There we go. Larry Lyons. Uh-oh. You know you a cool dude when your name's Larry Lyons. Man, bet you a slick talking dude, aren't you? Larry Lyons. Yeah, baby. My name's Lyons. Larry Lyons. Well, thank you for the Hamilton. It was either you or Zelensky and Ukraine won't accept anything less than 800 million. Bruh, Ukraine is like a mistress that we have, and we don't want her to tell our wife. So we pay all her bills. We pay for the apartment, the car, some spending money. She don't have to do nothing. We pay for everything. Just keep it quiet. Don't tell nobody nothing. Take care of you. That's what that is. That's our mistress. That's our expensive mistress. Every time she wants something new, some new clothes, some new titties, we're right there. Here you go, girl. Just stay quiet. Don't tell them what we're doing. Crystal Williams again. Thank you, miss, for the Hamilton. She says, still celebrating. Just slow down on the account of falling and chipping a tooth and busting my lip. What? But hey, I got to catch her live, so no complaints. Crystal, girl, what happened? What happened, Crystal? I thought you went out for a good meal, blew some candles out, happy birthday, a drink or two, and you took it back to the house. How did you know? I didn't know you got all girls gone wild. And despite all that, you're still right here. Crystal, I thank you. But please, be careful. People, when you're celebrating your birthday, be careful. No injuries, please. Heidi Boo, thank you again. Should JG remember growing up and all the I Heart New York shirts? One last shout out. Say Brady. Brady, you're the... What does that mean? Brady, you're the shit? I'm not going to say that. He's 5. That is funny. I do remember those T-shirts. You don't see them too much anymore. It's probably I poop emoji New York. I shit on New York. Or I shit in New York. And if you're in Michigan, you can shit. Don't forget, they decriminalized urination, defecation, and littering in public. So if you want to take a piss of shit and throw your wrapper on the ground, Michigan is the place for you. But you are a cool dude, Brady. I don't even know you, man. I know you're cool. I can feel the coolness through the screen. Christian, yo hoser. Seriously, Trudeau is pushing the same climate change rules on Canadian farmers. This time, we truckers will support our brother farmers. Yeah, man. You guys got a wild one up there. Justin Castro is a fucking dum-dum. This climate change shit is laughable. If nothing else, know this. The people that are pushing climate change and our redemption, our what's the word I'm looking for? Damn it. Not rob. Our restitution that must be paid to the climate gods are being pushed by people who fly around in private jets and do more damage in one flight than we do in a year. You driving your car to and fro puts less emissions in the atmosphere than they do in a flight on their private jet. So how can you tell me we need to do this and we need to do that and we're screwing up the planet, yet behind you there's black smoke billowing into the atmosphere? And until you talk to China and India, get the fuck out of my face. We are the cleanest country on the planet. And until you address the dirtiest countries on the planet, we are not going to take you seriously. And we say in one united voice, fuck off. My goodness. You can't take those damn people seriously. They're doing more polluting than we are, than we could ever imagine. You could drive a fleet of SUVs every single day and you won't put as much shit in the air as they do. And the shit we put in the air isn't even doing anything. Remember the other day we talked about the hole in the ozone layer that somehow patched itself? Did we do that? Did we send a crew up there? No. The atmosphere, Mother Earth did that shit. We ain't shit. Fleas on a dog's balls. That's what we are to the planet. Insignificant. Should we take care of it? Yes. Should we be fucking animals and litter everywhere? No. But like I said, we're the cleanest country in the world. No bullshit. Today is garbage day. I got 3 trash cans I'm taking to the curb. Tell me shit. Ooh. Don't call me now, people. Do you not know what I do between 1 and 2:30? IWD, thank you. You see, Twitter added groomer to its list of slurs. Methinks the grapists doth protest too much. What? Groomer is a slur? Why? If that's what you're doing, that's what you should be called. Why are these people not admonished in public? Oh, slur. Fuck Twitter. Is Elon buying that shit or what? What's going on with that? Buy it or not? Shit. Buy it and fix it. Carolyn 714, thank you, miss. JG, stop. Michigan and New York are just a vibe. You ever have a burrito and it makes your stomach go and you gotta run to a bathroom to relieve yourself? Ooh, not anymore. Just move to Michigan and you can relieve yourself on the sidewalk. Ooh, that's freedom. See what you did, Carolyn? See what you did. That it must be freedom. Huh. In your country, you got to go in the bathroom. In our country, you just go on the sidewalk. Heidi Booth, JG, one for the road. Imitate Kamala Harris working for her first position with the mayor. Oh, that's easy. Okay. Here we go. Young, single, slut, married man, old guy. All right, I think I'm in character. Gaga, 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 and scene. Whew. Hope I did it justice. That's pretty much how it went. You, old dick, here, me, career rise. That's it. She's a very simple woman. Very simple. She loves the old guys, though. Watch out. Elderly ladies, don't take your man around her. Stephen Durham, again, thank you. Rogo, just sending an extra 5 because my wife told me if I send you anything more, and what? Don't do it, man. Don't get in trouble with your wife, all right? Don't push it. I'm a vet, from a vet. Keep pushing. Hey, thank you very much for your service, Stephen. I hope you're in the world's finest Navy. If not, hey, no one's perfect. But thank you very much. Do not upset your wife on my account. I don't want your what do they call that shit? Your profile pic to be you with a stake over your left eye because you didn't listen to her. See that right there, guys? That's called a double standard. Guy gets punched by his wife, funny. Woman gets punched by her husband, not funny. Oh man. Miss Pepsi Girl. Hey, this isn't the mall. Why don't you build me up? Of course he's going to eat butterscotch. That's his favorite. That's how they get him to take his medication. You could put anything in butterscotch pudding and Joe eat that shit. You could put shit in his butterscotch pudding, he'll eat that shit. I'm going to go eat some butterscotch. I'm going to take this blanket that my wife knitted for me, put it on my lap, and feed stale bread to the duckies. That's what he should do. But instead, that shaky hand is over the big red button. Son of a bitch. You 81 million bastards, you did this to us. Most popular president ever, guys. Ever. And since we're throwing around the ever titles, he's also the lowest rated president in history ever. Was it like 20% or something? Disgusting. 75% of Democrats don't want to see his old ass run for re-election. And what's her name? King Hazy. Yeah, Homer Simpson's. Hey, come here, you little brat. What's her name? Cory Bush. That's right, not Assaulticus. And what happened to Cory Booker and Rosario Dawson? Wasn't that his girl? She must have got tired of pegging it. But what? Oh yeah, Cori Bush. So she was being interviewed by somebody, and they asked what the question that they're asking a lot of these Democrat fools and all the four hordes of the apocalypse. They said, "So are you going to support Biden if he runs for re-election in 2024?" So after a bunch of she says, "Oh, I'm not going to talk about that right now." Why not? That's your boy. Weren't you out there campaigning for him? Trump is bad. Anybody but Trump. Well, here's your anybody but Trump. Now you're not going to back him up? Why? Yeah, because you know he's fucked up. Even those idiots know. Quench my thirst. Ooh-wee. So, you guys, he has monkeypox. He has pride pox, not COVID. Well, he got more than that. My goodness. My goodness. 3 aneurysms and an embolism. If that happened in one family, you'd be like, damn. That happened to one skull. Oh, yeah. See, I knew you were Navy. Stephen Durham, thank you. USS Kitty Hawk with a prime rib in my eye. Man, you got them good cuts of meat, huh, Steve? You put a prime rib on there. You better throw it on the grill when you're done. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. But yeah. So, Sesame Place. Sounds like a Chinese restaurant, but it's not. It is that place where they had the parade and people saw the the evil, wicked, racist Sesame Street characters basically Heisman trophying little black kids. Remember the Heisman Trophy got the ball up here and then the arms like this, stiff arm in them? So there's videos of the Sesame Street characters. You know, some kids are getting dapped, they're getting loved, some kids aren't. But conveniently, all the clips we saw, it happened to be black kids who didn't get the attention of the characters. So many things at play, and the normal person with a functioning mind knows. Number one, they didn't show you what happened before that, did they? They didn't show you how many black kids may have been down there. They got plenty of love from these characters. We don't know what race the person is inside of the fucking suit. So if they're black as well, is it racism? Look at the size of the head on this thing. You can't see down. You can't see to the side. And guess how big kids are? They're tiny. So if they're too tiny and they're too close to you, you're not going to be able to see them. Also, check this out, guys. Come in tight. I don't want the dummies to hear this. It's a parade. What does a parade imply? Motion. They don't got time to sit there and lay on the ground and do a fucking glamour shots photo shoot with your toddler, with your neon green snot running down his face toddler. Gotta move. Sorry, kid. You don't think the people in the suit feel bad for those little faces if they don't get to them? Hey, sorry, man. And you know what the parents should have done? Instead of putting it online so they can go viral and get attention, it's not about your kids, it's about your attention. You want attention. You want people, look at me, look at me. So if you get that attention off the backs of your kids, so what? Fuck them. You don't even care enough to give them a daddy. So it's me, look at me. What kind of person would post that? Who gives a shit that your little kid didn't get some love from a human inside of a costume that probably smells like shit? What do you think the inside of that costume smells like? Philadelphia summertime. Yeah. But they want to stick around and hang out with every kid. They can't. It's a parade. So instead of picking your babies up and saying, oh, better luck next time, sweetheart. Maybe they didn't see you. Maybe they're busy. Maybe they got to go help Big Bird do some shit. You know, make up something. Instead, you use this as an opportunity to get attention and win the racism Powerball. the faux racism Powerball. You are going to get the Smollett of the Year award. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing as an American. This is embarrassing as a parent. And this is embarrassing as a person that shares the same hue of skin that they do. But like my dad told me, son, they may be your color, but they ain't your kind. This is a sad state of affairs. And now, Sesame Place, how much money does Sesame Place make? But they're suing the parent company for $25 million. Is that the kind of damage that was done to your kids? To where you need to hit these people with $25 million? You don't deserve shit. But don't worry, there's plenty of sleazy, slimy lawyers, Ben Crump and his ilk are representing these families. All black lawyers too, no white lawyers? That sounds kind of racist. But they found one dad, what's his name? Quentin something. That stupid ass. Standing up there with his mask right here under his nose. Quentin, you're a jackass. Somebody should have taken that mask and snapped it on your fucking face. And for you to be such a weak bitch of a father to not try to teach your kid a life lesson that sometimes shit doesn't work out. You're up here trying to get paid. Don't you have any fucking dignity? Don't you have any pride as a father? Instead of teaching your kids something, giving them a tool that they can use in life, you're going to get paid. This is the new Powerball. Throw your tickets away. You don't need that shit no more. Well, unless you're white. If you're white, hold on to your ticket. But if you're black or you're a person of color, you're about to get pizzy. And it's a win-win. See, the old Powerball was black person dies, family gets paid. But now, since racism is everywhere, you can get paid without losing your child. That's a win-win. You still got your kid here, so you can fuck their head up, and you get a big payday. That's awesome. $25 million. And again, one of the biggest questions, what if the person inside the suit is black too? What happens to the racism? You notice they haven't gotten any interviews of somebody holding a Rosita head talking about, hey, I didn't know those kids were there. I didn't even see them. I had to keep moving. Where's that interview? Where's a statement from the person who the company says they're going to fire because they did their job? So where's the interview from them? You mean to tell me if the person in that mask had a mullet and he was missing some teeth and he was like, hey, I didn't see them little Negroes there, but if I did, I still wouldn't touch them because they're black. I only want to touch the little white kids, the only pure little white kids. You mean if he sounded like that, they wouldn't have a picture of his ass everywhere? My daddy told me I'm not supposed to like black people. If he sounded like that, his fucking picture would be everywhere. We'd all know what he looks like. See, I told you, people are racist, even to those poor little chubby cheek black kids. But we haven't seen that. Why? Because it's probably a black person. I saw in the background of one of the videos, there was a black person who you could see his face. He was a dancer. He was getting down. And the Sesame Street character next to him, they were getting down too. Go ahead and call me racist, but that looked like a black person in that costume. The way they were dancing, that was a black person inside of that costume. So is it too far-fetched to think that the other characters might be black too? That's why we haven't seen a picture of the people who were inside of these costumes. Because they're not a bunch of dumb inbred sister fuckers. Dumbasses. Max Bang, thank you for the Hamilton. Still laughing about the fact that Joe Biden's eyes were completely fixed open in a 5 or 6 minute video. Anyone curious about this? Are we dealing with puppet? LOL, of course we are. Love you, JG. Thank you, Max Bang. I mentioned that yesterday. His eyes were like saucers for a 5 or 6 minute video. How is that? What did they give him? I bet his ass cheek looks like a pincushion. They're sticking him with all kinds of shit. He's sitting there like this. And you send him out there with someone else's adrenochrome pumping through his weak ass veins, full of adrenochrome and blood thinner. Fucking ridiculous. He's on something. Because sometimes he's sleepy as shit, and other times he can't blink. So what are they giving that fool? Mary Ann S., thank you again. Hey, JG. So far, city of Kalamazoo, Michigan, reduced public urination, defecation, and littering to a civil infraction. Whitmer, whatever, is laying low until November. That's right. They know that shit's coming. No pun intended. How do you decriminalize that? You can't shit and piss on the ground and throw your trash. What? What do you think that place is going to look like in 6 months? California, Crystal Williams, again. They can take these 25 million pennies and have a good damn day. The fuck? Oh no, it's not pennies. Those are gonna be $25 million. It's so stupid. This shit shouldn't even make it to court. What are you doing? Sorry, kids are being a little noisy out there. Joe Mello. Thank you for the Hamilton. Hey, Jericho, love your work. Can you do a voice of our grandpa in chief? Love from a fellow Californian. Hey, man, since you behind enemy lines with me, I have to. We got to take care of each other. Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Where's that old senile bastard? Have they let him out in public yet? Since he tested positive or negative for the sweet and sour sniffles yesterday? Fucking ding dong. Black Lake, thank you again for the Hamilton. Did you see my post about Brittany Griner? Joe's taking a page out of Barry's book, Trading Terrorists, for her. Embarrassing. I didn't see your comment about that, but I did hear about it. I haven't heard if it's official yet. But yeah, they're going to trade for it. Why? Because he doesn't want to be called you know. You know. He doesn't want to be called the R word. No, not retard. Of course he's out. But he doesn't want to be called a racist because you let a woman of color stay over there in Russia. Yeah, she's a woman of color. She's a colored woman. She's a colored woman who beat her wife's ass. How come you don't talk about that? I seem to be the only one. But that's the only reason he's trying to save her ass. And if they give him back, that blows my mind, because if I was Putin, you talking shit like that about me in my country, you ain't getting shit. Dragging his name through the damn mud all this time, talking you're doing this to my country and you're doing that. You're a dictator. He needs to be removed. And I'm going to help you. Shit. Nope. I'll be surprised if they do, but who gives a shit about Brittany Griner? The only reason they're doing that. She's a woman of color. Don't say that. And she's LGBT alphabet secret too, so fuck you. Jimmy Dean, another twomp. Thank you. Stevie Nicks did the same thing to Fleetwood Mac. Ruined the band just to promote her self-entitled band. She isn't nothing without Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, that's how I know her. I don't give a damn about no solo Stevie Nicks. Well, all them old decrepit farts who are rich and famous are doing that shit now, trying to get woke, trying to be relevant again. Just like Pat Benatar. I'm not going to sing one of the 2 songs that I have. Don't. That's why your ass gets paid in drink tokens and free corn dogs, you fucking idiot. These people suck. You suck. You suck. What? All right, let me find your super chat, Lord German Husbando. Totally glossed over it. No, I didn't. Alien testosterone. Thank you. If they didn't vote Biden, they ain't black. Remember? That's right. It's another one. We forget about those things. We forget about those things because it's convenient. Well, never mind. Because if someone else were to say, if you don't vote for me, you ain't white. Ooh, that would be a problem. Those disgusting bitches on The View would be howling about that for months. That's what they sound like to me. Pretty much. They sound like a bunch of aliens from fucking Star Wars. Like the old Star Wars, not that new shit. Billy D. Williams Star Wars. Lord German Husbando. See? There was a bunch of them up there. It got lost in the sauce. I apologize. You hear the baby approving of Trump. Crazy. Yeah. You think he would have done that shit earlier once they tried to cancel his ass. Was it last year or something? He was at a concert and he was talking about gay dudes and how they have AIDS and shit. And how you shouldn't do that. You should be up front and not give people AIDS. I know, what a horrible thing to say. And they tried to cancel him for that shit. And then the other day he was saying that he would fucking support Trump. That's right. Because he don't want to live in a dystopian shithole with disgusting drug-addled zombies hopping the walls into his private neighborhood either. Everybody's paying more for everything. Even the rich people. They don't want this bullshit. There's going to be, and what's his other dude's name? Kodak Black. There's a few rappers out there who are supporting Trump. They're stupid, but they ain't crazy. Thank you, Christian, yo hoser. So back to work for me. Nice to see there's still lots of proud Americans. And shout out to all the Canadians, pilgrims in an unholy land. Oh, man, good looking out. Good times in the comment section, guys. Good times. Good times. So a little bit of good news in here. Well, no, not good news, but not as heavy as the politics and shit. So it was a Credit Karma commercial that I saw today, and it was a dinner scene, and it looked like three couples sitting at a dining room table, and it was something about his credit score, and he had to get the roof fixed, and the roof, it's raining outside and the roof is leaking, and it's like dumping water on the dinner table. But everybody there, the guests, they're acting like they don't notice that there's water pouring into my wine glass because the roof is leaking. That's not the bad part. The bad part is where the husband is sitting and where the wife is sitting at their dinner table at their house. The wife is sitting at the head of the table. You talk about subliminals. The wife is sitting at the head of the table, and the husband is sitting next to her like, oh, honey, I'll call tomorrow, sweetheart. I don't think they noticed the water. And she's like, they noticed the water. Like, you're an idiot. What I tell you to do? Oh, honey, I'll call credit. I'll get my credit score now. Like this little quisling. Like his wife was running shit. He dare not step out of line. You call me old school, old-fashioned, archaic. I don't give a shit. Dad sits at the head of the table. And the dad shouldn't be some quivering little, oh, honey, please, to his fucking wife. Nor should the wife be like that to her husband. But dad is head of the family and head of the household, and he sits at the head of the table, not his wife. And then at the other end of the table was one of the guests' wife. So hold up. You got the woman who lives at the house sitting at this end of the table and her friend sitting at the other end of the table. Now, how it should be is dad sitting at the head of the table and mom is sitting at the other end of the table, or the husband and the wife. There were no kids in there. Thankfully, I hope they don't have them. Teaching their son to be a little bitch and teaching her daughter to be some ruthless bitch who just steps all over a man. That shit pissed me off. I was like, what the fuck? She sit at the head of the table and he's, oh, honey, get the fuck out of here. But this kind of shit we've seen in commercials before. You know, where dad comes downstairs with like a shoe tied around his neck and his pants on his head, about to walk out the front door, and his wife says, honey, you ding dong, go dress yourself. Oh, duh, honey, oh, thank you. I just bring the paycheck home. I don't know how to do nothing. We've seen that shit before. Mom's the one who holds everything together. Kids, they wreck the house. Dad, he's just a dum-dum who makes all of this possible. Mom is a stay-at-home mom in this big-ass house with all these cleaning products or whatever the fuck they're selling. And he's just some jackass who happens to share a bed with her. Dad's just a big old dum-dum. And in some of the commercials, even the kids are like, Dad, you stupid son of a bitch. I can't stand that shit. Dad, he's just a dum-dum. He disappears for 8 to 12 hours a day and comes back. That's all he's good for. Mom does everything. Dad's just a dumb shit. I was like, what? She was sitting at the head of the table telling his ass what's up. I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. And her friend is sitting at the other end of their table. And wrong answer. Couldn't believe that shit. I couldn't, but I could. Laura Fabbins, thank you again for the Hamilton. Hubby and I taught our daughter to say no to beta males. Laura in Los Gatos. Oh, you are here in the belly of the beast with me. I've got to get out of this place. But you promised Central Valley is better than Idiot Central. Yes, it is. It is. Working communities. I tripped out when I would go to visit my mom and my stepdad, going through the Central Valley, Modesto and all that, Madera. When Obama was still in office, you would get there, you would drive through there, and they would have billboards, anti-Obama billboards. Where's our water and all this kind of shit. Like, it was crazy. You didn't think you were in California anymore. So yeah, it is. You won't get all those blue-haired liberal jackasses who don't have a problem with their husband breastfeeding their baby. You ain't gonna run into that bullshit. It's you feel like you're in a different state, in every meaning of that phrase. None the miser. Wilma Flintstone never told Fred to put pants on. Barney! She wasn't going to do that. She'd get one of them caveman clubs upside her fucking head. Barney was a dumbass, too. But I can't stand that bullshit. I don't like the extreme in either way. I don't want to see my wife like, oh yes, you're all scared of me and shit. Like, nah, fuck that shit. You're my partner in all this. But you ain't gonna be sitting at the head of the table. You're tripping. You better check your shoelaces, girl, because you tripping. I was like, get out of here with that shit. And of course they were black too. Make the black man look like a fucking weak punk because his overly aggressive, overly testosterone wife is in charge. Yeah, exactly. Soul warrior vibe. Ooh, vibe. That's exactly right. Because if it were switched and the wife was like, oh yes, dear, I'll call Credit Karma right now and get the roof fixed. All them buzz cut feminists would be out there. All those rubber dildo strap-on wearers would be out there. You can't do that. She's a woman, man. Misogyny, patriarchy. But if it's a man, nobody cares. Marky Mark make Dino great again. Hey, Dino was cool too. He was a little rowdy in the house. His ass would have been outside. And to be honest, Flintstones was not one of my favorite cartoons. It was one of those cartoons where I was like, all right, it's on. It's on in between the cartoon that I really want to see. But I wasn't a huge Flintstones fan. But my mom used to call my son Bam Bam because he was just reckless like that. He was like a bull in a china shop. A diaper and anger is what he was. So my mom called him Bam Bam, but not a huge fan of the Flintstones. Mr. Matt says, Fred Flintstone was hung like a horse. All right. I never saw that, but okay. Maybe you had a different TV than me. Max Powers wasn't a huge fan of the Jetsons either, but I respect him. Scott Calais, Thundercats. Now you're talking. Thundercats. Ho! I used to have the Lion-O glove. I had the Lion-O glove and the sword. Beautiful times in the 80s. Carolyn, 714, thank you. Their favorite, toxic masculinity. That's right. You like to spit in the face of toxic masculinity in a world that it created for you, in a world where you're protected to where you can do that. I don't hear no woman in a war-torn country talking about no fucking toxic masculinity. They're the ones who need to, because the masculinity in their country put them in that position. The masculinity here, not toxic. The safest place in the world, the most prosperous place in the world for everybody. So don't tell me it's toxic. It's toxic only when you don't need it anymore. It's toxic when you're benefiting from it. But you don't want to live in a world without masculinity, because that big bad world is going to collapse on you pretty fucking quick. The wolves and the bears and the lions will be at your door in no time. Toxic masculinity. I got your toxic masculinity right here. Fucking bullshit. They can talk that shit because of toxic masculinity, because of the world that it created for you. All these skyscrapers and shit. The entire world at your manicured fingertips. Thanks, toxic masculinity. Heidi Booth, again, thank you. JG, want to laugh? Always. My daughter, now 14, then 3, going through McDonald's, said, where's my fucking chicken nuggets? Hey, look, I don't even know your daughter, and I respect that. That's a valid question. You know how kids are with time. They have no sense of it. You ordered the nuggets. Why are they not in my lap? So I can dip my sauce and be happy. I would have asked the same question, Heidi Booth. Where the fuck are my chicken nuggets? And when they say it in that little tiny voice, that shit's hilarious. I remember my niece. Shout out to the beautiful Kins. When she was little, when she was about 3, I think she was like, yeah, because my daughter was, she was closing in on 4. So let's see, my daughter was a year. Yeah, she was 3. And we were at a park, and she couldn't say bench. She would say bitch. So, of course, Uncle Jericho had to take full advantage. So I recorded on my phone. I said, sweetheart, say, look at those benches over there. And she said, look at those bitches over there. And I said, sweetheart, say bench, bench, bench. She goes, bitch, bitch, bitch. 3-year-olds are hilarious. Love them. I'm telling you, that 2 to 5, kids will never be cuter. Bitch, bitch, bitch. Tell them, girl. Oh, kids do say the darndest things. Miss Pepsi Girl, thank you. Peter North, Ron Jeremy, or John Holmes for the GOAT. Ooh. Or the last 2, those are GOATs in a very specific profession. I'll go Oliver, I'm just going to say Oliver North. Why did I think Oliver North? Peter North, Ron Jeremy, or John Holmes. Well, I think John Holmes got the high 5, so that's not very GOAT-like. We go Ron Jeremy. Go Ron. Black Lake, thank you. Men are not just needed, they're necessary. Yeah. Who's going to open all the pickle jars and kill the spiders? Huh? Who's going to fight all the wars and build all this shit? Do you want all the buildings to be 1 story high? Remember those pictures from the 30s when they were building the skyscrapers in New York City, and those guys would casually be sitting on a fucking steel beam 100 stories in the damn sky with like 1 foot dangling like it's no big deal, knowing that one of them is going to die before the end of the day? Yeah, I don't think so. Very necessary. You like all these lights and shit? You like how convenient this world is? Somebody's got to pump that black blood from the earth. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to be out on them fucking rigs in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the Bering Sea. You like to dip your crab meat in butter? Who do you think's catching them fucking crabs? Who's on there on Deadliest Catch? I didn't see too many women captained ships out there. So you damn right you need men. And you know, when they talk all this equality shit and women here, women should be there. Why is it always the good shit? Women represented as CEOs and the NBA and all these white collar jobs. Why is it always the fun, good, easy shit? Why don't they want equality everywhere? Because if you don't want equality everywhere, then you don't want equality. They don't want equality. They want easy. Didn't see a lot of ladies hanging off the back of them fucking garbage trucks. I've been to quite a few funerals. Never seen any ladies out there digging the graves. Never saw that shit before. Oh, you ever been to a porta potty? Well, somebody's got to come and literally suck that shit out. Suck out all the piss and shit and condoms and tampons and vomit. Somebody's got to pump that into a truck and then drive it somewhere. You guys ever been to a back of a grocery store and been there when the tallow truck pulled up? Jericho, what's tallow? I'll tell you. You get it from animal parts. It's what they use to make candles and shit. So all the meat, all the scraps from meat, the eyeballs and hooves and ears and shit, that all gets loaded up into a truck that smells like microwaved asshole. Didn't see any ladies going bam, bam on that truck. Didn't see that. I remember watching an episode of Bizarre Foods, and it was in Las Vegas. And they had these trucks that went around and picked up all the food waste from the casinos. And when they got out to the ranch to feed it to the pigs, I didn't see any ladies picking the trash that they might have missed out of there. You know, the rubber gloves and the condoms. And I know it's food, but it's not mayonnaise in those condoms, people. So if you want equality, we got truckloads of it. But they don't want equality. They want easy. Well, shit, I want easy too. But like my dad would tell me, son, people in hell want ice water. I don't know what to tell you. Fucking ridiculous. You don't want equality. Oh, women here. No, shut the fuck up. Leave things the way they are. Leave them the way they've been for thousands of years. We don't mind combing through shit with our bare hands. No problem. Just be the woman that we desire when we get home and everything will be all right. Angry Squirrel Productions. What do you produce, Angry Squirrel? I want to know. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. And on the other hand, women are unique beings. Number one, they sleep with dudes. You win. You win. With the support of his woman, a man will give her the world gladly. Equality. You got equality here. Any other country you want to be a woman in? Huh? Any other country you want to be a woman in? I don't think so. Oh, they shadow banned you, Angry Squirrel? That's fucked up. I'll never ban you here. Greg McNeely, you don't know what a prison purse is? Oh, man, lucky you. Well, I've heard it called a prison wallet before. But it's your chocolate starfish. That's what it is. But that shit's funny to me. Equality. Shut your ass up. That's not what you want. Second. Ooh, I'm working on some new green gear and it's fucking hilarious. Second. All right, guys. Gotta get the hell up out of here. I gotta make videos and stuff because I'm not gonna be here tomorrow or Saturday. I'm going to visit me mom. Taking the kids and the wife out there to visit my mom. So I will have plenty of videos for you guys to dine on while I'm not here doing my lives for the next 2 days. But I do look forward to Monday to coming back and doing another live with you guys. So I will be talking about the 3 men who were involved in the death of Ethan Liming having their charges reduced. Isn't that nice? You could stomp somebody to death and have your charges reduced. It's a great place to live in. What's up, Michelle S? But thank you to everybody, all of you in the comment section for your questions, comments, concerns, donations, everything. Thank you. This is a viewer-funded platform, so I appreciate every damn penny. Shout out to Christian for starting that super chat war. Shout out to all the American soldiers who showed up and fought back against his Canadian reign in the super chat section. I appreciate that, you guys. Krista Williams, girl, be safe. This weekend, you need to hang out, maybe a couple ice packs, and relax. Thank you, everybody. Laura Fabins, and Alien Testosterone, Heidi Booth, Lala HK, all of you. None the miser, just the man evaluating stuff. You know who you are. And now we all know. You were great. I was great. We were great. Say it with me, damn it. Do you know how it goes? I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.